All right, so good morning. There we go. My name is Jas. I'm gonna be your guide for today.
Awesome.
And we're gonna be paddling on the Fjord Reloncavi this morning. So I'm gonna start with passing you the equipment,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna make a safety talk so you can be used to and ready for any situation on the water.
Okay.
Right?
Sounds good.
Perfect. So first of all, your life jacket.
Yeah.
The basic first thing. So you can adjust the size just like with some straps right
Yeah.
here
Okay.
that you can make to the size of your chest. So most of those life jackets are whether small, medium, or large, extra large.
Yeah.
And then you can also adjust those one here on the side.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. Then we have the spray skirt. We just want to use that because it can be windy, it can be wavy.
Yeah.
So we want to have this
Okay.
one. It's just like a skirt. No other big deal than that. Easier for women. So you can put it completely on the top of even your life jacket,
Okay.
adjusting on the size here also. So for shorter person, it is easier to have it on your life jacket completely, because then we avoid to have a pod of water.
Oh.
If you have it a little bit too low,
Yeah.
then it might create a pod
Yeah.
of water
Okay.
if there is a lot of waves.
Okay.
So, but mostly this is it.
Okay.
Next step, let's go with the paddle. So a little bit of instruction of how to use the paddle. So there we go. Wonderful. So there we go. First thing, how to grab the paddle. You will, it's a good reference to look where the brand is.
Yeah,
If
the
you
name.
can see the brand of the paddle,
Yeah.
you're in the good position.
Okay.
It's all about marketing. So
Yeah.
this is your active blade. So this is the one when you are making a forward propulsion.
Yeah.
This is the one you should be using for. So your end fits somewhere on the black stripes.
Yeah.
Normally you try to have extended arms, and maybe to know exactly where to position it your hands, you can go with the central bar, and you try to have a 90-degree angle here.
Okay.
So this is a little bit wider than your proper shoulder. So having extended arm, when you are paddling, if I do a small example here, if I am sitting in the kayak, I will try, so my position will be always really straight.
Yeah.
So having my back really straight, and having my knees a little bit more on the side. That way I will have a good contact with the kayak, and I will stay more stable. And then once I'm seated, I will want to enter the whole blade, so the whole black part in this case, in the water from my feet until my hips. From my feet until my hips. So if we compare to the canoe technique, for example, here in a soft sea kayaking technique, we're not going to be as close as in a canoe or as in a river paddling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not really close, it's more like a small circular movement.
Yeah.
So the blade shouldn't be a lot higher than your proper head. A little bit more than that. And if
Okay.
you look at that, I'm going to have extended arm, and so I will be bending really just a little bit my elbow, but not that much. Almost all extended arm. If I feel a little bit unstable for a reason, because there is some waves, or because there is something stressing me, for example, somebody's hitting the boat, or somebody in the boat is moving, making it unstable, my best way to recover my stability might be whether to brace, so to have the flat part of my paddle on the water, and then with my hips I will recover, so just like this, or just paddling. If you're paddling forward or paddling backward, any contact with the water, you'll be stable.
Yeah.
So this is the best way. So the best obviously is avoiding to let go of your paddle and being like, this is normally where it goes past. So you want to avoid that kind of thing. Once you lose your grab on the paddle, this is normally where it goes flip. Yeah, so you want to avoid that capsizing situation. Also, if you are in a double kayak, just be sure that you are in communication with the person that is with you. So you can be saying, hey, I'm gonna stop paddling, I'm checking on the pedal inside the kayak or something like this, so the other ones stay aware, right? But just communication. We call it divorce boat. This is sometimes an issue. So next step, just a little important things. We always do that as a protocol. I'm gonna explain you what happened if we do capsize.
Okay.
This is normally not something that is happening, but and actually when it happened, I would say 90% of the capsizing is right here when we start the foot in.
When you get in, yeah.
In the put in and the put out is where people capsize, right? Or pushing somebody, trying to make a ride.
Yeah.
If you're making a little race with your brother or something like this, or the daydreaming person that is looking everywhere, enjoying. So rarely when we are in waves, normally we are really focused. We're kind of into it, so it rarely happens. But still, just in case, I'm gonna explain what we would do then. All right, so just before that explanation, I'm gonna show you how to put the spray skirt. So once you're in the kayak, I'm gonna show you how to adjust the rudder. This is also an important piece. So we have inside the boat some rails, left and right foot. So it's just a clip that you move up or down depending on your length, your legs length. So depending what is how tall you are, it's gonna move like this. And then with my feet, I'm just gonna be pushing one side or the other to move the rudder that is in the back. So if I push the left feet, it's gonna move left. If I push the right one, it's gonna turn right. So once we're all fixed with the rudder, the way to put the spray skirt will be completely putting the back of the spray skirt, then so the back until your hips, then the front part, and then the sides. You always want to be sure that you have that little handle out. This is your exit key. This is where when everything goes wrong, this is what you grab on. Normally in a case of a capsizing, the pressure of the water can be moving it, taking it out, right? But if not, you can also lift your knee and it's gonna make it. And in the worst case, you always have that little handle, so you can glide your hand and just push it like this, and you push yourself on the sides. And because we're using some booties that have no and not anything that can get grabbed into the rudder system, this is pretty instinct. We all know how to get out of a kayak that is capsized. So once flipped, you're swimming, first thing you do once you're out, if you are in a tandem kayak, you check if your partner is still in, so you give him a hand if necessary. If not, you grab the paddle and you grab the boat. So this is your best life jacket. The rescuer or the guide will be coming on your side in a second. First thing I would be asking as a guide is that you pass me your paddle, so you don't lose it, so that way even though it is a floating paddle, you let it go, so that way you have nothing else to be thinking about. And then I will ask you, once I grab your boat, to go in the back or in the front of my kayak. So you can do that swimming. So for example, or you can be holding to the ropes of the kayak also. So you can be putting yourself like this, just waiting for me to flip the boat again, because it's probably full of water. Flip it to empty it and put it back again. So the boat will be then put parallel. It's just for you not to be in my way, because I have to move the kayak, and maybe you know, it can be just like it's gonna be better you're here That way you're stable and I have a view on you, so everything is calm for you and for me. Then once the kayak is flipped and empty, you have to swim back where your seat is. So the cockpit here, the way to get back into the boat will be that the rescuer, the guide, will be bracing on the kayak here, and you as a swimmer will grab onto those black and white dotted lines. Those ones are really firm, when those ones are, the bungees are really loose. So you want to hold yourself to this one. You'll kick yourself, having the belly on the steep side, and then you enter your legs, and then you're gracefully flipping in, and then we're ready for another experience.
All right.
So, and then obviously we skirt up again, and then we're in another great adventure. Any questions? Any worries?
No, I think it sounds great. I think we're good to go.
Wonderful.
Let's
So
go.
let's go for the ride. Great.